Thank you all for joining us here on WTOL 11 for this afternoon's extended severe weather coverage. I'm meteorologist Davis Wells, and it's been a busy 24 to 36 hours across Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan. We've got a lot of data to look at. We've even got some impacts coming up that could still cause some delays, at least heading into Tuesday and even into Wednesday. Here's a view right now in downtown Toledo. We've got a little bit of that sunshine out there, but you notice the Maumee River is completely frozen over, and that's just a sign that the cold weather that has been here, yeah, it's sticking for a little bit, and we've even gotten that accumulated snow over the last couple of hours and really the last day or so. What's awesome too about this stream is if you are on YouTube right now, you have the option to actually leave a comment, and I'm checking your comments right over here so we can interact. If you have any questions about the forecast, it's an excellent opportunity to jump in and see if there's anything that I can help clarify for you all. It does look like right now we've got a little over 100 people right now, and I'm sure that's continuing to grow as people are joining in as well. I want to show you some cameras around the area because it's really a telling picture as we dealt with some significant snowfall across the area. So obviously we saw Toledo. Down here is Sandusky. I'll step out of the way. Notice obviously Lake Erie completely frozen over, multiple inches of snow there here in Sandusky. Even out towards Lakeside and Marblehead, still seeing that continued snowfall that has really led to some significant accumulations across the area. And I think the big thing that a lot of people have been wondering about with the snow emergencies, we saw a number of level 2 snow emergencies, even a number of level 3 snow emergencies, and we still have some at this hour. So as of 12:37, we do have 2 level 3 snow emergencies, and that's for Seneca and for Hancock counties. And as a reminder, for level 3 snow emergencies, that means roadways are entirely closed unless you are emergency personnel. So it's best for you just to stay off the roads completely, and or you face the risk of a citation or any additional discipline. So just it's all for the best just to stay off roads. But then for the rest of our counties, we do have level 2 snow emergencies, and this is again as of 12:38. So still seeing some pretty rough road conditions out there. I know when I was heading into work earlier this morning, some of those neighborhood streets were still certainly a little bit rough, but some of those main roads were still slick, but starting to improve a little bit as those road crews continue to work very diligently out there and make sure that we all are staying safe. Here's a look at some of the snowfall reports that we've had over the last 24 hours. Really quite an impressive range that we saw here. Bowling Green and Findlay, look at that, 10 inches of snow, still over 9 inches in Gibsonburg, Perrysburg, Swanton, even continuing up into Napoleon, South Toledo, and then 8 inches down into Holland. Toledo Express officially measuring only 6.6 inches of snow, and that's the official reporting station for the National Weather Service here in for Toledo. So that's what's officially on the record books, but you notice there's a number of areas that saw more than that. So that's a really telling picture, and you know, with some of those areas that are further down to the south, that's where we have seen those level 3 snow emergencies, even where Findlay at 10 inches. That's a very impressive snow amount, and crews are continuing to work to get that out of here. Now, let's take a look at what we are seeing right now. Right now, roads are continuing to be snow covered. The new information that we have since yesterday is we have actually an extreme cold warning in effect for areas along Lucas, Wood, and Hancock counties, and then points off towards the east out towards Cleveland. That's because we're going to actually have some very cold conditions as we head into Tuesday, but more so on Wednesday. Wind chills could be dropping down to negative 20 degrees, if not colder. So going to be some very cold couple of mornings there, but we are going to see those winds also increase, and that's part of that extreme cold warning that we're seeing. That's why the wind chills are going to drop so much, is those winds are going to start gusting up to about 30 to 40 miles an hour, and that's really going to cut back on some of those wind chill values, really increasing the risk too for frostbite. So we have to be very, very careful as we're dealing with those very chilly conditions out there. I want to take a look and see who we have in our stream right now. If anyone has any questions about the forecast, Just taking a look here. It does look like we have over a couple hundred people here in our stream. So thank you all for joining us. And we're continuing to track, again, these very snowy conditions, and roads are still being impacted by that. I do want to show you too here on radar and satellite. This is what it looks like right now for southeast Michigan and Ohio. Notice not a lot of activity going on, but out to the north and east, out towards areas like Vermont, Maine, down into Connecticut and New Hampshire, we're definitely seeing some of that leftover part of the winter storm that moved on through. It has now moved off out of our area, but we're still seeing the remnants of some lake effect snow showers just behind that system. So you notice western Michigan areas, it's going to include up towards Kalamazoo, down towards South Bend, even closer towards Angola, Indiana. We're still seeing some of those lake effect snow showers. Even here too for Cleveland, seeing some lake effect. And I think that we may see some flurries still throughout the day, but it's not going to lead up to a whole lot of accumulation. Let me show you the hour by hour for the rest of today. You'll notice we're actually going to see some clearing skies, and that's going to allow things to really cool off quite a bit for us. Into the overnight, though, we'll start to notice those clouds on the increase. And then for tomorrow, still seeing the chance for a few snow flurries early in the morning, not looking at a ton of accumulation with that. By the time we head into the afternoon and evening, this is our best chance for some of those snowfall accumulation amounts. At this point, it does look like a dusting up to 1 inch of snow is possible for additional snowfall totals for Tuesday. So that's on top of what we've already received, and that's going to be about our best chance for snowfall, at least within the next 48 hours or so. We do turn clear with clear skies on Wednesday, and that is going to really aid in those temperatures dropping down, becoming dangerous. So you will want to make sure that you are properly bundled up, making sure that your skin is properly protected, because frostbite can actually settle in as little as 30 minutes with as cold as it's going to be. So it'll be very important to make sure that you are staying on top of that and making sure that you, your friends, and your family are protected. Here's a snowfall forecast. Again, snow map in general, just to kind of give us an idea what we can expect to see. You'll notice most areas seeing anywhere from about a dusting to 1 inch will be possible. Now, I think areas up towards Hillsdale, where they're seeing maybe a little bit more lake effect, we could get a little bit closer towards that 2 inch mark. But for the most part, I think we're going to see a dusting up to about 1 inch. And the one thing that's going to be important with that is as those winds increase, we're going to continue to see that blowing and drifting snow, which could create for some hazardous travel conditions. We do have that WTOL11 weather app. If you have not downloaded that already, excellent opportunity to do so. You can scan that QR code right there on your screen. If your phone can't scan the QR code, not to worry. You can go right in to your mobile app store and you can download that. It's a free download. We do have a new update recently where you can actually check road conditions right in the app. You can check ODOT cameras, which is incredible. Great resource, especially during this winter weather. You have interactive radar, 10-day forecasts, and then of course you're going to get video updates right from WTOL11's weather team. Our team of meteorologists have been continuing to provide those updates for everyone to make sure that everyone's staying properly informed during these very cold conditions, as well as this impactful snow that has moved into the area. I want to take a moment just to check comments to see if anyone has any questions with this. Again, we are streaming live on WTOL 11 Plus and our YouTube page. So thank you all for joining us here. I just want to, again, check and see if we have any comments. And I'm not seeing anything pull up on my end. Let me double check here just to make sure I'm not missing anybody. But again, it's still going to remain very, very chilly for us for the next 48 hours or so, where you have that extreme cold warning. In fact, I can pull that up on the map right now and kind of give you an idea what those cold alerts look like across the area, because again, it has just been a very busy time frame for us. And it has really there's so much information sometimes, right, with the systems that are moving in. But, we want to kind of take things one step at a time, so it's easier to digest, and we've got a lot more information here. So I see Kayla joining in from Toledo. How much snow did Toledo get? Officially at Toledo Express Airport, we got 6.6 inches of snow. I'll pull that up just again, show those snowfall amounts. Sean asking if schools will be closed for tomorrow. It's hard to say specifically just because they ultimately make the decision. It will be cold, and I think we're still going to see some of that blowing and drifting across the area. So those rural communities still have a pretty good chance at those roads being snow covered, even seeing some of those snow drifts. It could make for some difficult travel. If I had to guess, there may still be some schools that will be impacted for tomorrow morning, but more so even on Wednesday as those winds ramp up to 30 to 40 miles an hour and those wind chills drop down to feeling a little bit more like -20. Again, I'm just checking everyone's comments right here on YouTube to see what questions people may have for the forecast. Some people asking, what's the extended forecast look like? Well, let me give you a preview here of what we are seeing kind of down the road. And I'll be honest, it's a very cold forecast that we are seeing over the next really 10 days or so. There's not very many warm days in here. So let me go ahead and pull this up here. So notice highs struggle. They're not even going to get above 20 degrees, and that's not until after next weekend. It's going to remain bitterly cold, low temperatures for this week. Look at this, -3, -6, and that is just air temperature. That's not the wind chill. So the coldest conditions that I think we're tracking right now are going to be for Wednesday morning. Even though that air temperature -2, you add those wind gusts that we're going to be seeing up to 30, possibly even 40 miles an hour. It's really going to cut back and feel very, very chilly for a lot of people. There's a light chance for some additional snowfall on Friday. Again, not looking at any sort of major winter storms, anything like that we had just yesterday. These are all relatively lower snowfall chances. We do look at some additional chances as we head into after next weekend for next Monday and into Tuesday. Again, at this point, though, not looking at a major winter storm. These are just rather light accumulations and truthfully, a relatively quiet forecast. Even though that these temperatures are going to remain quite chilly for us, we're not looking at a ton of precipitation. So I guess take what you wish with that, because it's going to be chilly, but not looking at, we could be dealing with a very active winter season over the next 7 to 10 days. For us, it's relatively quiet, a few chances for flurries here and there, but it's going to be very, very cold. So just make sure you don't put those coats too far away from us. Looking at additional questions. Is Seneca County under a level 2 snow emergency? Let me pull up our snow emergency map. I know that our incredible news team has been working very hard behind the scenes with those snow emergencies. Let me check here. It does look like actually within the last couple of minutes, Seneca has gone down to a level 2 snow emergency. So that is good news there. That means then the only snow emergency that we are seeing is going to be a level 3 for Hancock County. That's going to be the only snow emergency where the roads are actually closed here. So Seneca is now under a level 2 snow emergency. Hancock County is now the only level 3 across the entire viewing area. Good question there. Comment says, I travel to Toledo all the time and really appreciate your YouTube updates. Absolutely, that's what we're here for. YouTube's a great resource to be able to interact with us. As you see right here, I've got the stream pulled up and I'm seeing all your comments coming in. So if you have questions about the forecast, this is a great opportunity to do so. Is it possible to know road conditions on 280 to 420 to US 20 going to Tiffin tomorrow? Well, let's take a look. I can pull up our traffic tracker as well and get an idea as to what some roads look around the area. If I had to anticipate before I even pull it up, there's probably going to be some yellows and oranges just given we are seeing that blowing and drifting. I'm actually not showing that right now. So that's actually good, better than I expected, right? So we're still maybe starting to see some of those improving conditions there. And my guess too is those main highways are probably getting their attention first from those from ODOT crews. They've been working around the clock, those 12-hour shifts to make sure that those roads are cleared. And it's probably more some of those city streets as well. So give it some time. It's going to be a little difficult travel if you're traveling through any of those local roads, but some of those interstates and highways are going to be a little bit clearer. But I mean, even along 75, even though we're seeing green travel conditions, meaning A-OK, I still wouldn't be surprised if we see some blowing and drifting there. So just be very careful as you're going through any, especially open areas. That blowing and drifting can really ice up roadways pretty quickly. So I think that that does it for questions. I'm not seeing any additional questions here. So we're probably going to begin to start to wrap up some of our coverage here. We've kind of taken a look at what snowfall emergencies have looked like around the area. We looked at snowfall reports. I'll pull this up and we'll kind of do a quick run through again, just for anyone that may have missed this. Again, highest snowfall totals were down into Bowling Green and Findlay, up to 10 inches of snow. Gibsonburg, Perrysburg, Swanton, even Napoleon and South Toledo bringing in about 9 inches of snow. Holland down to 8 inches, still a very significant winter storm. Stryker and Toledo Express bringing in anywhere from 6 to 7.5 inches of snow, a very impressive winter system that we have been dealing with really all of yesterday, which started as a very active event and led to some very dangerous conditions around the area. Someone asking, when will we be back to freezing? That is a great question, because in the extended forecast, we don't have a single day where we are hitting that freezing point. In fact, temperatures are looking to stay below 20 degrees through at least next weekend. Notice that that's about our warmest temperature there for the next 7 days. Highest is 19 degrees. Next week, I guess we're seeing a big warm up here, right? Warming up into the lower 20s. It's still pretty chilly in my book, but it's going to be a while. I mean, you have to remember, we are at the end of January, soon to be approaching February. And we're kind of just in the brunt of that winter weather there. So that's about it. Again, not a ton of precipitation chances there, but those temperatures are really going to be the big weather story over the next 24 to 48 hours, especially heading into Wednesday. So keep that in mind as you're heading out. Make sure you're bundling up. Keep those pathways clear for mailmen as they're still making those deliveries, especially if anybody's out on a walk. Probably a chilly time to be taking a walk, but at least keep those sidewalks cleared as much as you can, just so everyone can stay safe. So that's going to do it for our extended weather coverage. This has been an extended look into the forecast, where people have been able to ask questions here on YouTube and WTOL 11 Plus. The staff here at WTOL 11 would like to thank you all for sticking with us and trusting us with the forecast, as well as all the news around the area revolving around the winter storm. For WTOL 11, I'm meteorologist Davis Wells. Thanks for joining us.